that our cultural identity, when we talk about this, it's not just about our culture, it's not just about our arts, it's about our values as citizens of Baguio. And relating to this is how we take care of our environment, our discipline. Hindi lang pala English yung language kapag nahihilo. Mas pala Chinese. Going back, I also want to incorporate to the younger generations. It's not just about, again, performing arts, culture, muna naman tayo culture, about performing arts. This is also about environment. It's about taking care of our home, and that's what we also want to impart to the younger generations. Thank you.
So regarding the question, my advocacy is actually gender equity through youth empowerment. I know the question was regarding about our environment. However, I can tell you that this connection is quite important because we're going to use youth empowerment. So to use youth empowerment, I would like to show our generation that the importance of our environment not only affects our daily lives, it also affects the economy of our city, which is very, very important because a lot of our people find their livelihood in the tourism of our city. So if we use youth empowerment through education and awareness, or seminars and workshops, I believe that we can raise more awareness towards the declining population. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My advocacy is about sports for youth development. And you can ask me, how will I relate this to the environment of Baguio City? Well, fun fact, as an athlete of Baguio City, we have more an advantage of the cool climate. So we have more training in our lung capacity and stamina. So let me just share, I trained with the national team in Manila. So the climate there is very different. And we from Baguio took the advantage because we have trained our stamina and lungs for the endurance, such as like that. So in the issues here in the Philippines, as the heat index increases, we as candidates should empower and encourage to raise awareness to the young people, that not only to the young people but all of us, to take care of our environment, that in that way we can have an amazing way to promote more our environment and the economy of City of Baguio. Thank you.
Candidates? Alright.
As for my advocacy focuses on empowering future generations and current generations, on educating them about the anti-discrimination and cultural sensitivity. And I think this is a big contribution to our environment since Baguio is known as the regional center of the Cordilleras, where people from various cities and various provinces come here to work or to study. And I believe the impact of my advocacy is to welcome our visitors, our guests with a warm heart, and to make them feel welcome and not be ashamed from where they come from. And I think we have a role in making an inclusive society where all individuals feel safe and comfortable. Thank you.
And my advocacy is empowering our local artists and artisans. And just to give a glimpse of my background, I am a fresh graduate of tourism management. And to answer that question, when we say arts, we only limit the spectrum with the themes. However, I would like to emphasize that arts also includes varieties of mediums. And with that, in line with the environmental awareness, we can use several mediums to really optimize our resources and to recycle waste and that we are limiting and putting halt in greenhouse gases. And just to share, I recently conducted my internship at Department of Tourism. And during my stay there, I met Tatay Titig na Tahimik. And I was amazed because at first I saw him sculpting an artwork. At first I thought he made use of the word wood. However, looking closely, I saw that his main medium is kamote. Kamote is close to rotting, and with that, I was inspired to really maximize our resources in creating arts. Thank you.
Good afternoon again. My advocacy is breaking barriers through education. And I think that is relatable to protecting the environment. Because as an educator, we should be able as an educator, it is our responsibility to educate the young people about the things that are happening in our environment. And to tell you honestly, Baguio City and the whole Cordillera is now at stake because of deforestation, sometimes even due to illegal small-scale mining. So this is something that we need to tell the younger generation. Because I believe that our government now is doing everything to help our government. And it's not only for us who are now here in the city of Baguio, but they are also thinking about the future generations that would inherit what we have here in Baguio City. So I think my advocacy, breaking barriers through education, one target of that is to help the young generation and also to help the adults here right now and to tell them that our environment is something that we really should take care of, because when we take care of the environment, our environment takes care of us too. Thank you.
Yes po, Filipino, yes. Taga Baguio kami, ma'am. Baguio.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I think the question is really for me. Since for the information of everybody, my advocacy is all about sustainable fashion. It is for the environment. It is entitled as Wearable Art, Sustainable Heart. So in this advocacy,
Ma'am, taga Baguio.
my main problem that is trying to solve is the fast fashion. Fast fashion really affects our environment since it is, ito ay pagbili ng maraming mga damit in a cheap quality, in a low quality, and sa maraming amount. So, it will end up in our landfills that could really affect our environment. Especially that Baguio City is also having problems in waste management. So in this advocacy po, I want to promote sustainable fashion, especially to the youth po. How would we be able to sustain it? By teaching them, especially the youth, on ways how to do or the designs that they should take and the resources that they could have in creating, in having in expressing passion in a creative way. And I believe that in this advocacy, in this platform, where we could be able to show our creativity.
Ma'am, Baguio City, ma'am, Baguio City.
Upcoming, I think 18, where we will be able to showcase our denim outfits. So, me and my hunter took the opportunity to have it in a sustainable way. So, abangan niyo po. Thank you so much.
Related to the environment, the way we treat animals also reflects the way
health and wellness through an active lifestyle and physical fitness. How are we going to relate this in our environment? I believe that when your whole being is healthy, you want everything to fit into its proper places. Like for me, for example, when I have my morning jobs and I see some trash scattered in my surroundings, I actually, instead of putting down, I actually clean it because I believe that if you're healthy, you want everything to be clean for your mind as well and for good side. So I believe that physical fitness can also contribute, can also have a contribution in our environment. Thank you.
Alright. Ladies, you good? Okay, yeah. We need a break. We're going to present our candidates. Woo! Okay. Ito, isip ko lang ang question. Sa mga kasi ito yung counter maintenance, baka pwede i-launch ko sa ating pagkakaliang pangusto sa counter maintenance, di ba? Baguio has a congestion problem. Or at least some people say it's a problem, some people say it. With the congestion fee, or the proposed 250 pesos congestion fee that the city is proposing together with NEC, what other solutions would you as a candidate offer? For a stretch, I know, pero perhaps we might have some bright ideas from our lovely ladies tonight, this afternoon. Okay? This afternoon. So anyways, do you have any other solutions that might be viable, efficient for our city's congestion total problem?
So for the congestion problem, one way, as a candidate of this Baguio, I would like to encourage everyone to use public transportation instead of using private vehicles. And with this, we will be able to lessen the cars in the street. And also, if possible, we can just walk instead if the place is here. That's all. Congestion and even traffic has always been a problem here in our city. I guess what I can suggest, because I can do this of course alone, I just want to also acknowledge the presence of our barangay captain here, Barangay Honorable Daniel. So Daniel, thank you for being here, and of course our city government officials. Again, what I would like to suggest is for us to regulate the entry and exit of our tourists. We're not stopping them to enter our beautiful city. Of course, we want tourists to come, but we can regulate it in a way that both the tourists and the locals will enjoy it and will live and even coexist harmoniously in our city. We can maximize our website, our applications like the Visit app, and that way, we've done it before. In 2020, the pandemic times, we are a smart city, and a lot of other cities and even other places were able to adapt as well to what we've done. And I want that to also be done, especially in addressing our problems when it comes to congestion.
We cannot deny the fact that traffic congestion is one of our main problems here in our city. And with that, I would like first to emphasize that our city is doing its best to control this. And if I were to suggest one solution, that would be the hop on and hop off tours. We already have a hop or hop on or hop in tours, but it's only limited within our city. And with that, I would like to suggest that to expand this idea nationwide so that our tourists nationwide, also foreigners, can also maximize and make use of mass transportation as their means of traveling our city.
Congestion with regards to the traffic is already happening almost every day here in our city. And also, overpopulation is also happening here in our city. And I think when we talk about congestion, we need to consider these two things. And I know that our city government is doing things in order to alleviate this congestion that we have. And one thing that I could suggest is for us to promote tourist destinations that are lesser known. So in that way, all tourists would not only flock in one or in two tourist spots, but rather they would go to tourist spots that are lesser known. And in that way, we could also help our local tourist guides. And when we help our local tourist guides, we are not only helping the economy of Baguio City, but we are also promoting our local workers, our local tourist guides. And I think that would be a win-win situation for both parties. And also, I could suggest a PPP or a public-private partnership. With this, we can tap into big private companies for them to fund the city in regards to congestion or the congestion fee that we have. And just to inform everyone, with regards to the congestion fee, I have talked to someone and she explained to me what this congestion fee is all about. And just to inform or for us to be aware, this congestion fee which costs 250 pesos doesn't only sabi po nila, mabigat siya sa atin mga taga-Baguio City and para sa mga tourists kasi bakit kami nagbabayad ng 250 pesos? Well, the congestion fee will only be applicable to Session Road po. It will only be applicable to Session Road. And as you mentioned, this fee that we get from the congestion fee or the totality of it could be used in creating smart traffic lights with the use of the AI technology. Now, this smart traffic lights, it would be able to detect when are we able to cross, when the cars would be able, if, di ba po, ngayon, yung traffic lights natin, kahit wala na nag-cross, nakasaan pa rin yung mga tao, even if there were no cars. And that contributes to congestion, let's say, maybe in our section group. Now, with the fee that they collect in our congestion fee, it would be used to create these smart traffic lights that even if for a week lang po, they could even detect if there are cars coming or if there are people crossing. And I think as citizens of Baguio, it is just nice that we trust our government because I think we are really doing everything for the good of everyone. Thank you.
Ano guys? Kaya na ito. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for us, si Madam. Followed by...
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Lee, vlogger from Baguio. So I believe all of us are, if not all, are using social media. So this is my question. When sharing content online, many people use CTTO to give credit to the original creator. Do you think this practice is appropriate? Why or why? Anyone can answer. Someone from the communication board?
I think attorney Pablo Sangal, ang legal basis for CDP.
So you asked if it's appropriate to use the CPO when sharing content. Of course, yes, I believe that it's very important because I just graduated high school actually, and one of the many values that my school has taught us is to never ever plagiarize a content, whether it be an artwork or in the text, whatever. That's why we have to, if not, what's the word, promote it more for people to give credit to the content that they're trying to share. That's all. Thank you.
Social media has given us so many help in many ways. So the credit to the owner should be always acknowledged because I believe it is already part of the curriculum. As far as I can remember, I tackled that in senior high school. And yeah, credits to the owner is very appropriate when sharing a post or content because this is something that we acknowledge not only the work but the hard work of the owner. Thank you.
I also agree, it's very appropriate and I guess it's a must. I am a communication graduate. I've also worked as a social media manager and I've worked with a lot of creators in the field and I've seen how important it is not just to add CTPO but to also mention their names. It's very important that we not forget that because it's their artwork, it's their content. I mean, it's fair enough to give them the credit that they deserve and also respect for all the hard work that they've done and for all the craft, all the love that they've put in their craft. Thank you.
I also agree in acknowledging the credits, and I believe it's important because we want to give back or give back the credit to the owner, and it is a must because I know their hard work is not just an overnight. They work hard for it, and I believe they deserve a credit. Thank you.
To answer that, I would like first to put myself in this situation because as a share to everyone, I am a freelance makeup artist. And in my perspective, giving credits to the artist is a must because their hard works are because their hard works deserves appreciation. And by just simply mentioning their names, it can go a long way. It can support their business, it can support their lifestyle. That's it.
I think it is just right that if we repost something or if we copy something from another person's creation, we write the CTTO or credits to the owner. I think CTTO stands for credits to the owner. And it is right because, again, we should give credit to their hard work, give credit to the piece they created. And it's because they use their minds to create that piece that they have. And as someone who is very active on social media, I believe that I am practicing this because, as Jasmine said, I also try to put myself in the situation of a creator whose work got copied. So I think this is something that we all should do. We should write CPT or credits to the owner if we are copying or reposting a single post, a video, or a photo of someone, especially if that artwork, that piece, that paragraph, that essay is not ours. Thank you. For me, it's important to put the name of the artist itself, not just the credits to the owner, because apart from the issue of copying or plagiarism, this transcends that. Their art may be used for something out of context. For example, I am a writer and I love writing poems, and I have an Instagram account specifically for my art. I called it Archive. And then someone took my written poems and then used it to, to a different context, which is my writing is not specifically for that context, so it got out of context. So for me, it's important to really acknowledge the artist. It is also a sign of respect, and apart from that, we all know that fake news is very rampant, and not giving credits to the owner, that constantly being taken advantage of. It's important to find the person who created that, not just write CPTO. I think it's disrespectful actually to just write like get the artist's craft and then post it online and then like CPTO and then your logo. That's inappropriate for me. So you really have to go deep. We have access to internet, to different information. You can stalk someone online in a span of like sec or a minute. I believe that you should find a way to really, give the rightful credits where the credits is due. Thank you.
Alright, ladies, good? Going once. Going twice. Okay, alright.
And we'll have a final question po.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies. What is your stance on inclusivity in youth pageants, particularly regarding the possibility of a trans woman competing in Miss Valley?
So this is a very loaded question for me to answer because for everyone's information, I'm a born again Christian. And it's sad to actually like have this idea that we like quote unquote, we love them but we don't support them. How could we even love someone if we don't support them, right? For me, I'm very blatant with this. I'm an ally, and I'm a pro, as well as pro-choice. With regards to that question, so with the transgender, I answered that to screen. I said that it's okay for me, actually. So, apart from these, like, we are a country where all Christians, right? So, my stand on that is people may be against it, but however, we may be against something that their beliefs are against without discriminating, disrespecting, hurting, and hating on those who want to exercise their freedom of choice. And I think it's about time for us to be really inclusive to these people. And if they identify as woman, then then I think they're free to do, like, to join pageants like this. And, yeah. Kumalaman ako yung iniwan namin kanila ako. Medyo nahalag tayo naman.
Nahirap konti.
It's about time for us to be really exclusive. So, yun naman. But what do this pageantry promotes? It's sisterhood, right? It's womanhood. So that's what's really important apart from the idea ng transgenderism. So it doesn't really matter for me. As long as it's about you. It's all about sisterhood and womanhood. Thank you po. For me, this might be a little bit controversial, but as someone who always sticks to her values and beliefs, I think it is just right that we have transgender pageants, no different from pageants with all natural born women. And I think with what I said, it doesn't mean that I do not respect their preference. It doesn't mean that I do not respect what they did with their bodies by transitioning. And I think it is just also a sign of telling that I support them. And here in pageantry, I think we also become inclusive when we have pageantry, not only for women, but also for men and for transgenders. Inclusivity doesn't mean that here, all of us here are women, and if I do not agree with the if I do not agree with transgender joining an all-women pageant, it doesn't mean that I am not supporting inclusivity, but rather I am suggesting that there should be a different pageant again for transgender men and for women. Because after all, respect should be the very most thing that we have. We should have respect for each other and love for each other, and lastly, understand each and everyone's differences. Thank you.
I support LGBTQIA+, and but I am into fairness and respect. I believe that we can have another passion that is truly for them, and that is having, just respect for women, and for the transgenders. Because I believe inclusivity is not about division, it is about bringing people together.
Actually, I agree. I've answered this question last in our video presentation, and just like Carla and John. Nicole, did I hear that? It's not okay. I believe that we have two equally glamorous pageants for women and trans women. The one is happening right now is in Cebu, and here in Baguio, this is actually a prelude to Miss Universe Philippines. But again, it really depends on the decision of the organization. But personally, I believe that we have our each equally platforms where we can celebrate and where we can showcase what we have as both women and trans women. And I would like everyone to support and give love to whatever it is. Thank you.
Gusto ko lang po dagdagan yung mga sinabi nila. I just want to reiterate that it's about time to accept and to be awakened to the fact that trans women are women and trans men are men. That's all.
As an inclusive city, we promote inclusivity, oneness, and equality. I believe that if men and women have their own beauty pageants, why can transgenders have it? So I believe I totally agree with them also, that transgenders have also the privilege to have their own beauty pageant because I also fully support them. In this manner, we can promote inclusivity and equality to every one of us. Thank you.
So, ano po ang class? Ang advocacy ko po is gender equity in youth empowerment. So what gender equity means is that you acknowledge that not everyone has equal access or equal rights to anything and everything. So my stance of the matter is that if a transgender woman were to join this Baguio, I wouldn't really mind because at the end of the day, like what Ate said, that a trans woman is a woman. Because what really makes a woman? Of course, a mother, a birth giver. But what else can make us women? It's the empowerment of it all. So while I agree that we should establish trans woman pageants, I believe that if we really have it in our hearts to be inclusive, we'll also open our doors for Miss Baguio for a transgender woman. And that is all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, ladies, for your questions. Unfortunately, we have to cut the question answer part, but don't worry. If our media and content creators have some more questions for our ladies, You may approach them anytime after our program, diba? Or after this part of the program, kasi we'll be having a little bit of a gathering. Before anything else, we will also acknowledge the presence of the barangay captain of Ilisan, Sir Arthur Carlos. Your candidates. Hello, candidates, please. All right. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be hearing more words pero this time from someone who has seen it all, done it all, diba? 2023 8 of Pearls Most Outstanding Tourism Officer of the Philippines and the City Tourism Officer of Baguio City, we have Sir Alex
Hey, happy birthday!
For his remarks, diba? The belated birthday celebrant, Sir Alec Mapal.
Not only beautiful, and I heard them talk. I would just like to say that our Miss Baguio here in our city, let's become a tradition, part of our Baguio Day celebrations every year. Our Baguio Day is forthcoming September 1. We traditionally hold the action prior to that day. So that we can have new tweets to celebrate with us every occasion day. And through the years, I've seen how pageants have evolved. I myself is a witness to that. And I've seen how even our candidates, the young people of Baguio City, the young ladies of Baguio City, is part of that evolution. Become part of that evolution. Become part of how we are redefining beauty pageants, not only here, but in the country and perhaps worldwide. But here in our city, there is actually an ordinance, city ordinance supporting the pageant and defining the purpose of this pageant. And actually, there are just 8 things. Number 1, youth empowerment. That's why I'm glad that they will be part of the SK Linggo ng Kabataan sa Federation starting this Sunday. Every Sunday is August is also Linggo ng Kabataan. And that's one of the things that we would like inculcated in our city. And I think our dear mayor has been emphasizing that. We would like our youth to be more participative, not only in activities, but in governance itself. So empowering our youth, and we have seen how empowered ladies here as models of that. Second is civic consciousness. While they are exercising to become empowered, they have However, we would like our young ladies to become more conscious of what's happening in the Baguio city, the community, and we've seen from their answers that they are actually already exposed and have opinions. I think that's what's more important. Not only being aware of issues, but more importantly, they have opinions and they would like to forward these opinions unapologetic and unapologetically. And so, special shout out, and I like how you have still that personal conviction, no matter what religion, no matter what background you have, differing opinions, but still expressing them with convictions. I think that's one empowerment that we are seeing right now. And with that, contributing to solutions when you offer opinions. And lastly, it is really also about strengthening the sense of pride of place. The pride of being a Baguio or an Baguio, as we are now using. I think mayors use that term already. Baguio being someone from Baguio. That pride of place brought not only within the community or within expressing
Dito sila sa likod.
because we are holding here ambassadors of our city, and if they inculcate those values, I think we are achieving the objectives of our this value, beauty value. So I am just here to be really very proud of the mother. And thank you for the cake. I wish and then we planned this activity because we thought of that, particularly with our partner, with Universal in Baguio, we thought that at this time and age, how powerful and influential social media has at this time and age. And we'd like our candidates to start appreciating these kinds of influence that may not be really understood by all. And pero I think mas marami sila alam kaysa sa akin ang reality. So that's the essence of this afternoon. So I would like to thank the participation of our social media. I hope we will be able to share with them the power of information, true and correct information, with your competencies in terms of social media content creation. That is what we're aiming for here this afternoon. And we can continue still with conversing with them. It can be more a little casual later on, while we enjoy the food and drinks of our homes this afternoon. So I would also like to thank Valencia's restaurant. I think the owner is here. Let's see Richard. So they graciously hosted us this afternoon and just looking around you can see the beauty of Baguio in this place. So we'd like to thank them. Yeah, I think that's it. So please enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you very much. That was the City Tourism Officer of Baguio, Sir Alec Mapalo, our belated birthday celebrant. Ayan. Alright, so here's what we're going to do, guys, right? Technically, the program, but our friends in media and our content creator friends may approach our candidates. So, ating mga candidates, except 88 mga ubila na. Alright, so you have to sit down. Our friends over on this side will be coming to this side, and they can ask you questions. They will be coming to you individually or as a group, yung ating mga friends sa media to ask the questions to you guys. And of course, those of you who may or may not have any questions, our food is ready for you, alright? Once again, thank you very much for your participation today, and we hope that you will enjoy the rest of the festivities of Miss Baguio 2024. Picture